Hello everybody, how are you doing? It is Wednesday evening and I'm out in the shop. I got a couple of things I want to work on. One of the main things is I really want to get my pen finished up tonight. This will be day 3 on it, so it's just been a slow process. I'd like to finish it up. Let me flip around and show you the other thing I want to work on. This is my old shop vac. Now the vac part went bad, but I kept the old container. And the reason why I kept it is, number one, it's on wheels. And number two, it's going to make a great garbage can. The only issue is the hole in the front where the spout used to stick out. But I think I got that figured out. I got a piece of rubber, and I'm just going to cut it. We'll mount it to the outside. I'll use a couple of screws. I'll put them in from the inside, and then I'll use my Dremel tool to clean them up on the outside so I don't snag my leg on them or anything like that when I'm moving it around the shop. But this will be a great, I've already used it and filled it up once, and I just emptied it today, so now's a good time to fix it. I like the fact that it's got handles, easy to pick up. It's got wheels. I can park it right there, and I can roll it anywhere in my shop I want to use it. So maybe we'll get to that tonight as well. That's a nice piece of rubber there. That should do a good job of patching up that hole. Beyond that, I finally went to the post office today. This morning, I got the 9th and final address from the 9th person who receives an item in the giveaway. And you guys saw what I gave away. Those were, they weren't major items. They were small items. It was almost $90 to ship that stuff. Golly, that international shipping will kill you. The average price is $15 an item to ship. And, wow, that's a lot. So it was pretty expensive. I had 4 items going to the UK. I had 1 item going to Cyprus, and then the other 4 were just around the US. So it was a little pricey, but, I agreed to it. So I bit the bullet and did it. And I want to say thank you. And the gentleman's name just slipped my mind. It'll come back to me in a minute. But someone sent me on PayPal $10 and said, this is to help out with shipping. I appreciate you doing what you did. And I just want to say thank you. That was very kind of you. It wasn't solicited, but it is much appreciated. The other thing I want to say thank you about is I want to thank each and every one of you who jumped on board with the Crosscut Creations push to get my good buddy Robert Dudinsky over the 1,000 mark on YouTube. The way YouTube is set up, they used to have trouble with people starting channels, stealing a bunch of videos, and then making a huge profit. Well, the way they stopped that is you can start a new channel, but you have to have 1,000 subscribers before you can collect revenue. And that stopped people from, I think they called it freebooting. I can't remember exactly. And that, I don't know if it completely stopped it, but it sure did slow it down. The issue is it's very difficult for people to get subscribers because let's be honest, YouTube is there to make money. So if I have a new video, and Robert has a new video, and I have my subscribers, and I'm getting revenue, and ads are going out on my video stream, and Robert doesn't have 1,000 yet, and ads aren't going out on his, and they're going to serve you up a video, which one do you think they're going to serve up? They're going to serve up the one that's going to generate ad revenue. So it's very difficult for a new YouTuber to get to 1,000. So the fact that you guys jumped on board, Robert had 826 subscribers when I did that video 3 days ago. Today he has 949. He is literally 51 away from hitting the 1,000 mark. Everyone who jumped over there and helped him out, thank you so much. It was a huge surprise to him because he said he was sitting there, his phone started blowing up, and it kept saying, Bob sent me, Bob sent me. And he said he got this huge kick out of it, but he really is appreciative. I've spoken with him back and forth on social media a couple of times. He's just blown away at you guys. He was so excited because you guys, it wasn't just watch one video and comment and subscribe. You were watching multiple videos and commenting. Some people even sent him email messages, and he was just overwhelmed and said, man, you have a great audience. And I know that I do. I have an awesome audience. You guys are always there. You're always supportive. You're willing to help out. And if there's anybody who hasn't checked out Crosscut yet, 51 guys, let's kick this guy over the 1,000 limit. I would greatly appreciate it. And I know he would too. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I got to get over here to the lathe because it's getting late, and I want to get this pen finished tonight. And we're going to start micro meshing our fountain pen we've been working on the last 3 days. All right, I'll catch up with you in a minute. I just finished turning this fountain pen. I'm anxious to get some ink in it and try it out. I am not a huge fan of this kit. I pointed out in the video a couple of things I don't like. I won't go over it here. I'll let you guys watch the video and see it. I think what I'm going to do is release this video as either 2 or 3 separate videos. And really, I may even go to 4. It depends. But let me tell you why I'm thinking about doing that. Each day, this is the 3rd day I've worked on this pen. And each day, as I've gone in that evening, I pulled the footage up on my computer and I went ahead and edited the footage just to make it easier in the end, because I would have had probably 2.5 hours worth of footage to go through. But if I do it a little bit at a time, you know the old saying, you don't eat an elephant in one bite. As of last night, editing the footage and showing all of the steps in detail, I've got about 45, 46 minutes of video right now. That is the good footage. And tonight, and that didn't include tonight, which tonight was micro meshing, polishing, and assembly of the pen. So there's probably going to be minimum 50 minutes, 50 plus minutes of footage for this video. And that's just too darn long. So I'm thinking about breaking it up into 10, 12 minute segments and releasing it that way. I know it's not always popular, but I'm thinking if I can cut it to where, I can have evenly spaced between 10 and 12 minute videos that show the steps. Here's my preparation steps. Here's my, my turning steps, whatever, and kind of break it in that way where you can kind of watch it as a series and see the whole thing come together. It might be a little easier for you guys to watch and digest. I just don't see people sitting down for 50 minutes and watching a single video. But I can see somebody sitting down for 10 minutes and watching a video and saying, that was interesting. I'd like to see what happens next. And then maybe going and watching the next 10-minute video. So I think that's what I'm going to do to avoid sending you guys into a comatose state. But that's it for the pen. I'm glad it's done. It was a labor of love. It had some very interesting parts, but I'm not happy in the end with the result. Let's just hope it writes better than it looks. I'm going to start working on my garbage can now. I mentioned that at the beginning of the video. In between, while I was working, I went ahead and I reduced my patch, and I don't know how well you can see it, but there's a couple of 3 dots on there that align with the holes on the front of the vacuum chamber there. I've got my screws with bolts here. I need to look up a couple of lock washers, and I'm going to go ahead and get holes drilled in those 3 places where I've marked so that I can assemble that on the outside of that drum and make myself a nice solid garbage can. I'll let you see it when it's done. Well, the patch is going to work, but it didn't turn out quite the way I had expected. You can see as you sort of tighten it down, the rubber kind of flexes a little bit. I think what I may end up doing is I have a large amount of pop rivets, and I think I may come through there and just drill some holes around the hole on the outside of this bucket through the rubber, and then pop rivet that piece of rubber on there at multiple places. I think that might give it a little better fit around the barrel. And I think a lot of it is because the barrel's curved like this, and you're putting in the nuts at different angles, and it just, as it squeezes, that rubber just deforms. But you know what? It's good enough. Trash isn't going to fall out, and that's the main thing I'm concerned about. I think that's going to do it for me, guys. It was a decent night in the shop. I got everything done that I wanted to get done, so I'm really happy with that. Update on the bandsaw. I haven't heard from my buddy yet. I'm going to shoot him a text tonight and see how it's going. Hopefully he or his father is going to have a little luck finding him that 3-phase inverter, and I will let you guys know. And I'll get some footage because he's supposed to bring a crane to lift that thing, and probably not super exciting, but hey, be something fun for me to watch. All right, guys, you have a great evening. I'll talk to you again real soon, hopefully tomorrow night. Take care. Bye-bye.